Good day, I'm Ben Seymour of Kudzu Patch Productions. Have another instrument to show you today. This one needed some repair. I didn't do everything to it that needed to be done because that would end up being extensive. This is Wormy Chestnut. Wormy Chestnut's a very pretty wood. In general, they make kind of horrible dulcimers. There may be a few out there that sound pretty good, but basically they don't. This one is extremely loud. This is kind of built, I think maybe the first person to have built this kind of style was Chet Hines. I'm not absolutely certain about that, but that seems to be its provenance. There have been others that have built it since then. But anyhow, and the problem with Wormy Chestnut like this one, okay, it has wooden pegs, and when you pushed the pegs, one whole side of the thing just popped off. Kind of broke where there was some little wormholes. They just, nice little line of weakness there. The frets have a hard time staying in the fretboard, which is also Wormy Chestnut, because the chestnut's kind of like, it's very old, it's very pithy, and the frets just kind of pull up. I mean, it's like, so I had to go in and super glue a bunch of them from the edges to keep them in place and maybe harden up that wood a little bit. It just doesn't hold very well. Also, there was a big crack in the back, which I stabilized, but once again, it just started at a wormhole and took off. So it was there. So anyhow, it's kind of a weak wood as far as that goes. It's prone to cracking, and it doesn't hold frets very well. Also, then the peg box, the frets, I mean the tuners don't work too well in that because it wallers out, so to speak, real easily. So kind of opens those up. It's not a real good hard wood, either one of them. So anyhow, so Wormy Chestnut. If you like Wormy Chestnut, make a plaque, hang it on the wall, and it looks great. I wouldn't recommend building a dulcimer out of it. And also the scale on this one, I encounter this a good bit, is on some older instruments, where the scale itself is okay, but then they've placed the saddle in the totally wrong place. This one had it at about 29 inches, and it's actually about a 28-inch scale, so it was off by an inch. I ran into this on the Homer Ledford dulcimers as well, where the scale seems to be pretty good, but where the saddle is in a totally wrong position. You can kind of figure that out by going to the 7th fret. The distance from the nut to the 7th fret should be exactly the same as from the 7th fret to the saddle. Okay, and I've looked on a couple of the Homer Ledfords. There was one that was off by about 2.5 inches. If you put a secondary bridge up further, which unfortunately had to fit in his strum hollow, then you could make it intonate right. But I'm not quite sure what that was all about. So, just move the bridge, and hey, the saddle, and you're in pretty good shape. But anyhow, so I moved the saddle on this one too. Once again, saddle was off by about an inch. So okay, anyhow, I'll bring you a little tune. This thing, because the tuners and stuff like that, you can't get it all the way up to a D pitch, a DAA or anything like that. So this one's tuned down to B, F sharp, F sharp. Actually, it's about 25 cents flat of B and F sharp, F sharp. But that's about as high as you can get it. So basically, it's kind of like, sounds like a baritone or something. But I'll give you a little note or tune on it. We'll do a little bit of Cripple Creek. It's loud, it's raw, but I do have it at least in playable condition now. So anyhow, just thought I'd bring that to you, and if you have any repairs, feel free to contact us. And if you need any custom instruments, also you can still find us at the same place at www.kudzoopatch.net. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.